Growth always feels good in the moment of realization, but often feels confronting when it meets the world. When Michael walked in today, he looked different, lighter somehow, but also unsettled. He sighed and said, "I've been listening to the whisper. I've been slowing down. It's helping, but now everyone around me thinks I'm losing my motivation. My boss told me I'm not as driven anymore. My friends say I'm being too quiet. Even my family's worried something's wrong." He looked down, voice shaking slightly. "I was finally starting to feel peace, and now I feel guilty for it." Part 1. The Coaching Moment. I let silence breathe before responding. "Michael," I said gently, "you've changed your internal frequency, but the world around you is still tuned to your old station. When you shift vibration, it takes time for your external world to recalibrate." He frowned. "So are they right? Am I losing drive?" "No." I smiled softly. "You're losing tension. There's a difference." He looked up, eyes searching for mine. "When you were driven by fear, everything looked busy, but it wasn't progress, it was survival. Now you're moving from alignment. That energy feels slower to those still in the storm, but it's actually more precise." He took a deep breath, tears close. "So how do I stay centered when everyone keeps pulling me back?" "By remembering," I said quietly, "that peace doesn't require permission, it requires practice." Part 2. The Coaching Reflection, your teaching commentary. This moment, when external pressure confronts internal change, is sacred territory for coaches. Here's the principle. Outer resistance often validates inner realignment. When a client begins to embody peace, it mirrors back as discomfort in others still vibrating in chaos. It's not a sign of regression, it's a sign of resonance shifting. As coaches, our task is not to help them convince the world, but to anchor them so deeply in their own frequency that the world eventually adjusts. So instead of helping Michael justify his choices, I helped him attune to his own stability. "Michael," I said, "close your eyes and imagine yourself as a tuning fork. Every time you choose stillness, you emit a frequency of peace. People around you may react, not because you're wrong, but because you're playing a new note." He smiled faintly. "So I'm not the problem? I'm the pattern interrupt?" I nodded. "Exactly." Part 3. Vibrational Lesson. At the vibrational level, alignment disrupts environments built on imbalance. When you stop feeding energy to anxiety, others who rely on your participation in their chaos may unconsciously try to pull you back into the dance. This is why many spiritual awakenings feel lonely at first. You're not disconnected, you're simply resonating at a frequency your old world hasn't yet attuned to. But here's the deeper truth. If you keep choosing alignment without resentment or a superiority, your energy begins to teach silently. The world will either recalibrate or release you from what no longer matches. Either way, it's an upgrade. So holding alignment when the world pushes back isn't defiance, it's devotion. Devotion to the vibration of truth, even if it's misunderstood. Part 4. The expanding exercise I call the alignment anchor. To practice this, try this 3-step process whenever you feel external resistance. First, pause before defending. Before explaining or defending your piece, take one deep breath. Ask yourself, am I reacting from fear or responding from truth? 2. Feel your frequency. Place your hand on your heart and say silently, "Peace is my power." Notice how your energy steadies immediately. 3. Speak from the still point. When you do respond, let your tone carry calm authority, not justification. You're not seeking agreement, you're modeling coherence. And if words aren't needed, let your silence speak for you. Vibration always communicates more clearly than explanation. As the session ended, Michael smiled softly. "I think I've been mistaking peace for passivity," he said. But maybe peace is the most active energy there is. I nodded. Peace doesn't chase, it magnetizes. The stronger your inner frequency, the less effort you need to make. The right people, places, and paths will rise to meet your resonance. He sat quietly, letting it sink in. And that's the teaching I leave you with today, beloved listener. When the world pushes back against your peace, don't push back harder. Stand taller in stillness. The world eventually harmonizes with the frequency you refuse to abandon.